Do you want to know what the narcissist's 5 love languages are? Yeah, they're not the same as the 5 love languages that you might be familiar with. By the end of this video, you're going to know what their 5 love languages are. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I've been recognized as one of the top 1% of attorneys in the country, and I've written a couple of best-selling books, Negotiate Like You Matter and Breaking Free, Step-by-Step Divorce Guide. And what I do here on this channel is I teach you how to negotiate with narcissists, how to get the upper hand, how to shift the dynamic, how to become more powerful, how to feel in control, how to go on the offensive. And if that's what you want to do, if you want to fight back powerfully, successfully, and in control with that narcissist, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. And that way you will get notified when I upload new content. So, you've heard of the book, The 5 Love Languages. It's a great book. I've read it. So has a lot of people in the world. And it's written by Gary Chapman. And if you want to check out the original book, we will make sure that there's a link to it below this video so you can buy it if you'd like. And what the premise of it is that we all have our own love languages. And so all of us have a way that we feel loved when this is expressed to us. So we all feel, like we all enjoy being showered with gifts, or we all enjoy when somebody does something nice for us or something like that. But the idea of it is that there might be a primary source of a language for us, that there's one way or two ways that really speak to us. So, and I believe that the 5 love languages are gift giving, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, and acts of service. Okay, so those are really the 5 love languages. And the idea is that, like, maybe your love language is physical touch, but your spouse's love language is acts of service. And so if you are, giving your spouse, love in your form of love language, that might mean something to your spouse, but maybe wouldn't mean as much to them as acts of service. So they wouldn't feel as loved as they would with acts of service. And I remember actually having this discussion with my first husband, who I've been divorced from for a long time. I got married to him when I was 19. And so obviously, it didn't last, and we ended up divorcing when I was in my 20s. But I remember, like, him, I wanted quality time. And he was like, I do all these things. I mow the lawn. I take care of the house. And I remember thinking, like, I don't care about that. Like, that's great, but I'd rather spend quality time. So, like, for him, acts of service was his thing. And that didn't really mean as much to me. So that's the whole idea behind love languages, which is really great unless, you're with a narcissist. And being that this video is going to be coming out around Valentine's Day, I thought it would be a kind of funny but not so funny idea to kind of talk about each one of the love languages and talk about it in terms of a narcissist and what their love languages are. All right, so let's talk first about words of affirmation. So basically, words of affirmation for a narcissist are words of adulation. Because remember, they need an endless amount of narcissistic supply. So yeah, they want to be affirmed, of course, but they really want to be adulated. They want you to adore them. They want you to all day long say, "You're amazing. You're so smart. You're the best. Nobody is better than you." Even if, they really aren't so great, that's what they want you to do. They want you to parade around as if everything is wonderful, expecting nothing from them, giving everything to them, and certainly don't use any kind of a tone, because as I've said before, like any kind of tone, any kind of sarcasm, they pick up on. Narcissists hear tones like dogs hear whistles. So even if you say something, make sure it's not with any form of smugness or any form of sarcasm, because, you know, they won't like that very much. So the words of affirmation is actually words of adulation. And when it comes to affirming you, well, yeah, that won't be happening unless it's to love bomb you, because they really only love bomb, give words of affirmation, say nice things if it's, you know, they're getting something out of it. It's a form of manipulation. So in the beginning of a relationship, you might be love bombed a lot. You're amazing, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're handsome, you know, this, that, the other thing. You're the Adonis, or whatever. Because they're just trying to manipulate you and get you into their web of control. They don't really enjoy having to do that. That's just something they have to do in order to get you where they want you to be. So, or they might love bomb you again down the road if they need to, in order for you to get off of, you know, whatever it is, like, you know, trying to hold them accountable for something, trying to get them to take responsibility for their behavior, or calling them out on their behavior, or anything like that. You know, they might like apologize, but only if they need to. If you want to know more about narcissist apologies, check out my video on whether do narcissists say sorry. Because, you know, sorry seems to be the hardest word when it comes to narcissists. So, you know, the words of affirmation go in your direction, not so much going their direction, words of adulation. All right, the next one is narcissistic gift giving. So, you know, some people enjoy receiving gifts, and that's their love language. But, you know, that normally in normal people world, you know, that means that both people are getting something, both people are giving, like that's how the normal world works. When you're dealing with a narcissist, no. I actually have a whole video on red flags that are gifts from narcissists. So, you know, if you are getting something from a narcissist, for example, that's totally self-serving for them, like, you know, a gift certificate to their favorite restaurant and you have to bring them, or to, you know, tickets to their favorite group in concert, or some movie that they've really wanted to see, or maybe it's exercise equipment, or something that's super cheap or on sale or the wrong size, you know, all those sorts of things. They don't want to have to give gifts. They hate having to give gifts. They don't want to spend the time. They don't want to have to give. Any little teeny thing is a stretch for them. They're super, super tight with their money, very, very tight with everything, very selfish. And so they don't want to have to spend time, money, effort, energy. Any of that is something that they don't want to have to do. So gift giving is just, you know, the worst for them as far as giving. Of course, they're happy to receive. And boy, you better give like the best gift ever. I mean, I've heard stories like, you know, if they didn't get the Easter basket that they wanted to, even though they're like 45 years old, or they didn't get stuff in their stocking, you know, they really want everybody to make sure that, you know, they're giving in that direction, but not so much the other direction. So that's the second love language, which is gift giving. Unless, of course, you're in the love bombing phase, which, once again, you might be showered with gifts, but those are gifts that are, you know, like the poison apple. You just be very, very careful about taking that gift from a narcissist, because there's going to be a lot of strings attached to that. That's an investment for them. It's an investment from which they plan to make lots and lots of withdrawals from. So that's gift giving. And if you really don't need that kind of a gift from a narcissist, give me a no thanks in the comments. All right, so the next one is physical touch. And a narcissist is great at the beginning with the physical touch, and then they start to pull back. That's when they start off loving kissing you, and then they start to not like it so much. And the whole sex thing is another form of control that narcissists exert on their victims. And you should definitely check out my video on narcissism and sex to learn more about that. The next one is acts of service. Yeah, right. You're not ever getting any acts of service out of a narcissist, not like without major strings attached. I mean, if they have to do something for you, Lord have mercy. You know, you better be willing to do 100,000 times something in return for them, to just get them to do any teeny little thing for you. Unless, of course, it's the love bombing phase, or everybody can see it, people that they want to see it, people that they want to respect them, can see it. You know, it's like something visible. The world will know about it. You know, somebody has cancer and everybody's giving attention to this person for cancer. Then they will run to help with this person because everybody's going to see how wonderful they are. So, you know, pretty much they don't want to have to do any acts of service unless there's some audience involved who will be seeing them do it, and they will get credit for it. Okay? So that's acts of service. The last one is quality time. And, you know, as far as a narcissist spending quality time, unless you are adulating them, respecting them, giving them something in return, they don't really want to have to do it unless they're getting something out of it. You know, if it's all going their way, you're sitting there, you know, massaging their back, feeding them grapes and watching whatever movie they want to watch, great. But if you want to do something, you know, that they don't like to have to do, you're, you know, in the car, you're driving in the car, they hate driving in the car, you're driving in the car and you want to listen to your music, that ain't happening. It's got to be their time, their way, on their terms, and not taking anything away from them. So those are the narcissists' 5 languages, 5 love languages. Basically, it all comes back to, I need narcissistic supply. It all needs to flow this way. I don't want to have to flow anything that way. And when you are negotiating with them, it's the same kind of a thing. It only gets worse because you're taking away that form of narcissistic supply from them. So you need to be prepared. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to start by grabbing my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet, which is at winmynegotiation.com. And join me in my free private Facebook group, which is Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. And we'll drop links to all this stuff below, including the original book, The 5 Love Languages. And if you like this video, give it a like, give it a share, drop me a comment. Let me know that you were here. I'm so glad that you stopped by. And if you are dealing with a narcissist in a romantic situation, I send you light and I send you love and I send you strength. I know how difficult it is. So remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. And I will see you in the next video.